but the total energy, kinetic plus potential energy, it remains constant. Yeah, we can approach as 110 joule. Yeah, okay, so the answer is B. Everybody, how are you today? Welcome back to Theta Cambridge, the channel that will share about lesson, practice, and exam preparation for ASN level physics. And today we are going to talk about topic 5.1, that is energy conservation. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel. And then let's check it out. Alright, at topic 5.1, energy conservation, there are 7 criteria. Candidates will be able to 1 until 7, but we will discuss one by one. Start from point 1, understand the concept of work and recall and use the work done equals to force and displacement in the direction of the force. Yeah, okay. We will discuss here that if we have an object, for example a box, and then the box is pulled by a force F, and then the box moves alongside delta x, yeah, because it moves in x direction. So can be said that work done by force F equals to F dot delta x. Yeah, this is vector dot multiplied. Yeah, because it is multiplied vector dot, we can derive as work equals to F time delta x cosine theta, yeah, where theta is the angle between force and delta x. Yeah, okay. I will rewrite that F is force, the unit is Newton, and then delta x is displacement, and the unit is meter, and then theta is the angle, yeah, L between force and displacement. Yeah, sometimes in radian or in degree, yeah, degree or radian. P radian, yeah, sometimes in P radian. And then we will recall and apply the principle of conservation of energy. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. The unit of work. Yeah. Unit of work. Work is the unit of work is joule. Yeah. Joule. Okay, joule is very popular unit. Yeah. The unit of energy also joule. Yeah, you have to know. Okay, we have this equation. 2 basic equation of work done. Yeah. Okay, and then we will discuss about conservation of energy. Yeah, before we go to conservation of energy, we will recall about potential energy and kinetic energy. Yeah, there are two energies that in physics usually discussed. Yeah, the first one is gravitational potential energy. But sometimes we just call this as PA, yeah? Potential energy. PE. What is gravitational potential energy? This is an energy that has by an object by the position, position from the ground. For example, like this, when there is an object has a height from the ground, it is h, and the object has mass m, and we know that in the earth we have gravity, so the PE of the object equals to m g times h, where m is mass in kilogram, and then g is gravity. Sometimes is 9.81 meter per second square, and then h is the height, like from reference point, reference point. So the unit is in meter. In this time, in this case, I put the ground as the reference point, so the height will be h. But you can place another point as a reference. It's depend on you, up to you. And then we have kinetic energy. Energy, sometimes we call this is Ka. Okay, what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is an energy that owned by an object because of it has mass and velocity. So if there is an object has mass m and it runs with velocity v, or speed, not velocity, I'm sorry. Okay, the speed v. So the energy, the kinetic energy of the object is Ka equals to half mv square, where v is speed. Okay, and the unit of Ka, Ka, kinetic energy, is joule. All unit of energy is joule, but sometimes you can use calorie, or in kilowatt hours. There are so many unit of energy, but at this basics topic we will use joule as the unit of energy. Okay, we need to know about gravitational potential energy and kinetic energy, the basic. And later on, maybe if we have studied about spring, we will know that there is also energy potential, spring potential energy. Alright, and then the conservation of energy. What is the conservation of energy? Alright, I will give you an example. The conservation of energy. The conservation of energy. Okay, I will add another term, is mechanical energy. Mechanical energy. Mechanical energy. I will add a term in this topic, because what the meaning is conservation of energy. It means that the conservation of mechanical energy. How about the case, yeah, I will give you an example for this time. If there's an object, yeah, there's an object and we drop the object to the ground, yeah, at the first time it has potential energy, the highest potential energy, and if we drop the object, so the height of the object will decrease, yeah. So what does it mean? It means that the potential energy of the object will also decrease, because we know that potential energy it depends on mass, gravity, and height, yeah, height the object from the reference, yeah. Okay, and then we know that when we drop an object, when the height decreases, the speed will increase, yeah. So the kinetic energy, the less height, so the more speed, yeah, the more speed and the more kinetic energy, yeah. So in this case, PE will be decreased and KE will be increased, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, and the total of PE and KE it calls as mechanical energy, yeah. So mechanical energy is PE plus KE, yeah. Mechanical energy equals to PA plus KA, yeah. Okay, I will give you an example by watching PET, yeah. PET, this is application about energy. PET, we can use the animation, yeah. Okay, we'll use the animation and I will drop, yeah, okay, back and forth, yeah. Okay, we will analyze the girls that flying skateboard, yeah, from one side to another side, maybe. Oh, no, one side until the bottom, yeah. Okay, let's pause. All right, okay, I will move. No. Okay, from this point. Okay, stop. All right. Okay, we'll analyze the energy, yeah. This is kinetic energy, the green one, the green line, and then potential energy is the blue line, and then total energy is the what's color, yeah, light blue, light green maybe, yeah, or gray. No. Oh, I call this light green, yeah. Okay, we can say that the potential energy, the blue line, it is decreased, yeah, and the kinetic energy, the green one, is increased, but the total energy, kinetic plus potential energy, it remains constant, yeah. So the total energy, kinetic energy plus potential energy, always constant every point, yeah. Okay, at the position 1, at the position 2, position 3, until the 5 at the bottom of the trajectory, it means it remains constant, or total energy don't change, yeah, don't change. Okay, let's back to our notes, yeah. What does it mean? Okay, we will take 2 points maybe, yeah. This is the point 1 maybe. point 1. Where is it? Okay, this is point 1 and this is the point 2 ya. Okay, so total energy, I mean total energy is equals to ME ya, mechanical energy or total energy, it is the same term ya. Okay, the total energy, so that you don't confuse, I will call this just total energy lah. Yeah, total energy, not mechanical energy. Sometimes don't call mechanical energy, but total energy. Yeah. Okay, I will change the variable to total energy. Yeah. Okay. So the conservation of energy means that total energy at every point will be constant. Yeah. Okay. Energy total at point 1 will equals to total energy at point 2. Yeah. At the top and the bottom they have same total energy. Okay, and we can rewrite as PE1 plus KA1 equals to PE2 plus KA2, yeah, or we can derive more, so it became mgh1 plus half mv1 square equals to mgh2 plus half mv2 square. Yeah, this is the conservation of energy. Yeah, it means that the energy of every point, total energy at every point remain constant. Yeah. Okay. Understand? I hope you understand. Yeah. Okay. And then what? Okay. Another topic. Okay. Use the concept of efficiency to solve problems. Yeah. Oh, efficiency first. Yeah, we will talk about efficiency. All right, efficiency. When we use energy or input energy, sometimes not all energy we will use as our activity. Yeah? When we add maybe every day how many calories we add, yeah, not all calories from the food we have eaten all change to energy output. Yeah, so there is wasted energy. Yeah. Okay, for example, another example also, when we have a vehicle, yeah, such as what is car. Yeah. Okay, if we have car, yeah, not yeah, we fill gasoline, yeah, as the source energy. Yeah. Not all gasoline will be converted to energy, because some of them become sound. Yeah, so another one maybe become light. Yeah, and another maybe become heat. Yeah, not all change to the power to the engine. Yeah, not all energy will use to the engine. So we need the term of efficiency. Yeah, efficiency. All right. Yeah, I think, yeah, I hope you know what I mean. All right. Yeah, efficiency. Yeah, efficiency can be defined as the syllabus. Yeah, we can define as this is what is it? Eta maybe, yeah, equals to energy output per energy input. Yeah, sometimes it will be times 100%. Yeah, sometimes efficiency is in percentage. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is efficiency, and then we will okay, practice we will do later. Yeah. Define power as work done per unit time. Yeah. All right. Power. Yeah. Okay. Power. Let's we talk about power. Yeah. All right. Power. Right. Power Rangers? No, not Power Rangers. Yeah. Okay. What is power? Power we can define as P equals to work done by an object per unit time. Yeah. Okay. W is work done. Yeah. The unit is in joule, and then T is time. Yeah. In second, and P is power. Power usually in watt. Yeah. If you remember Jomus watt, yeah, the unit of power is watt. Yeah. Okay. All right. In this equation, yeah, power is directly proportional to work and inversely proportional to T. It means that the more time, so the power is less, and the less time, the power is more. Yeah. Okay. All right. What can we make this comparison? Yeah. Yeah, I will make a comparison maybe. Yeah. If what is it? If car, yeah, maybe car A and car B, yeah. Car A and car B. Okay. Car A and car B, and car A move at delta x, yeah, and then car B also move at delta x also, but the time A is more than time B, yeah, time A more than time B. It means that car A takes a long time than car B, yeah, to move from the same position to another position at the same position. Yeah. So the power of car B, it can be said that more power than car A. Yeah. Okay. Because power is really depend on time and also the work done. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we will derive to FV. Yeah. How to derive W over T to FV. Yeah. Okay, we will derive. We just have got the equation that power equals to W work per T. Yeah. It is can be derived as work. We have now that work is F, yeah, time displacement cosine theta, yeah. If theta is 0, it will just f times delta x and then over t, yeah. We know that delta x over t is speed, yeah, alright, or velocity. So we can write down the equation as f v, yeah. Okay, so this is the conclusion is p equals to f v, yeah. Power have what is it, have relation, yeah, with f and v, yeah. F and V, alright, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Before we practice, you can maybe pause the video so that you can maybe understand the topic first, yeah. Or you can see again about the topic that we have discussed. Yeah, there is work done, yeah. I forget to give a title, yeah. Work done, yeah. Okay. Okay, the unit of work done is in joule, yeah. And gravitational potential energy, PE, yeah. The unit is in joule also. Kinetic energy also in joule. Okay, I will give borderline, yeah. Alright, I don't want to. Alright, they don't want to erase. Yeah, alright, kinetic energy, the unit also in joule. And then conservation of energy, energy total at every point remains constant, efficiency, and then power, yeah. Okay, and then we have time. Okay, maybe 2 minutes. Oh, how many minutes can we see? Alright, okay, maybe one problem we can try, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's try. A box of weight 40 Newton is pushed with a horizontal force of 20 Newton along level ground for a distance of 2.4 meters. The box is then lifted at constant velocity through a height of 1.6 meters by a vertical force. What is the total work done of the box by two forces? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we will analyze the case. The first one is the box is 40 Newton push horizontal. It is about 2.4 meter, yeah, 2.4 meters. With the force F equals to 20 Newton, yeah. Okay. So the work done by horizontal force, yeah, it is equals to F times delta X, yeah. It is equals to 20 times 2.4, yeah. Okay, it will be 48, yeah, 48 joule, yeah. Okay, and then okay, the box is lifted at constant velocity through height of 1.6 meters, yeah. Okay, through 1.6 meters, yeah. I will call it delta y because the direction is vertical. 1.6 meters, yeah, it is delta x, yeah. And you know it must be pulled by a force, yeah. I will give the force is vertical force, yeah. vertical force, and this is horizontal force. Yeah, this is horizontal force. Okay, the vertical force, yeah, acting on an object. Okay, at the problem, we have explanation that lift at constant velocity. What does it mean? Constant velocity is that means there is no acceleration. Yeah. So because there is no acceleration, we use sigma f equals 0 Newton first law. Yeah. Okay. Because beside the object have Fv, the object also have weight. The weight is about 40 Newton, yeah. Okay. So weight, oh no, Fv, yeah, Fv minus weight, yeah, because Fv and weight is opposite direction equals to 0, or Fv equals to weight, yeah. Okay. So because Fv equals to weight, we can state that vertical work done, yeah, it is equals to weight times delta y, yeah. So the weight is 40, and the height of move, yeah, it is about 1.6, and it is about, we will use calculators maybe, yeah. 40 times 1.6, yeah. 40 times 1.6, yeah, it is equals to 64, yeah. Okay, 64, yeah, joule, yeah. Because the question is total energy, so total work done, yeah, total work done equals to horizontal weight plus vertical weight. This 48 plus 64, yeah. So the result is 112. Is that the answer? Oh, maybe this is the closest one, yeah. Okay. The answer is not the exact value, but the approach, yeah. So the answer is 110, yeah. Okay, we can approach as 110 joule, yeah. Okay, so the answer is B. Okay, thank you guys. You can try the problem, yeah. Okay, another time, because the time is have been so long, yeah. This answer is A, and okay, it is about 128 kilowatt, yeah. You can try at your home.